everybody, welcome once again. My name is Luis Morales, and this time I'm going to share you something about the Constitution. And the Constitution is a book that we need to understand as a humans. And before to talk something important about the Constitution, as you see here, I have the Constitution, and I have another book, is the Bible. And I'm going to talk about something about these books, but in special about the Constitution. What is the difference between the Bible and what is the difference between the Constitution? The Bible is the supreme law given for God, for Lord. As you see in this moment, I have here in this moment, and we have here that kind. So the Lord is our authority, and He gave His law according to the Bible. As you see here, this book says Manual de Vida. What does it mean? Okay, the Bible is a manual de vida given for God to help people to behave in the society, has all the information that people have to learn, have to practice, have to memorize, have to share with others, and then apply to be a good person, a good human, a good man, a good girl, a good kid, all the members in the society. For example, I have here chapters, I have all information that God needs, Jesus Christ needs, that the humanity put in practice. So that's the Manual de Vida when we are talking about the Bible. And then, so what is the difference between the Bible and the Constitution? Because that's my focus point. So what do I mean? The Constitution of la Constitución Política de la República de Guatemala. What does the Constitution of Guatemala? Okay, so the Constitution of Guatemala, I have here some important notes, so pay attention because it's very important. What is the Constitution? Okay, so I'm going to put here the Constitution. So the Constitution is the law, is the supreme law for the humanity, is the behavior that humanity have to practice in different situations, is a set of rules, is a set of norms that we as a humans have to know, have to memorize, have to practice, because there are difficult moments, difficult situations that the humanity suffer, but they don't know how to do. They don't have a lot of information about the Constitution. Another important thing is that it's equal for everybody. This is very important. Why? Because it's equal. Doesn't exist discrimination. It's not just for the rich person. It's not just for poor person. It's equal. It's equal for everybody. And the Constitution helps to direct the society, because today the society live whatever they want, and it's something that is not correct, because we have responsibilities, we have duties, and we have rights. But the problem is that not all the people understand this. They make wrong things, has wrong behavior, and it's not something correct in the society. Solve problems. The Constitution helps people to solve problems. What kind of problems do you have in the society? So the Constitution is el manual to help you to solve your problems, economical problems, different situations that the human has. And then I'm going to talk about 4 important aspects about how you as a person can to practice, can to use, can to memorize the Constitution, because the Constitution is the book that helps people to solve different problems. And for students that are studying the law, the Constitution sometimes says, no, the Constitution is difficult, the Constitution has a lot of information, and it's difficult for me to talk about the Constitution and to solve the problem that the Constitution has. But in this case, I'm going to share you 4 important aspects, and I hope to help you in the future about how to understand better the Constitution. If you think to practice, to take a career as abogado, so or as a licenciado or a student of the leyes, so this is very simple for you. You are going to love, you will love the Constitution, okay? And the number one is, I have here some information that I find, and I'm using as a student of the Constitution. And the number one is that the Constitution has 8 titles. And what kind of titles? Mention all the names of the topics that the Constitution has for everybody. And I'm going to give you one example. The Constitution focuses on the humans and have the purpose, and that is that el Estado de Guatemala has for everybody, right? So has 8 titles to help you to understand what are the topics, what kind of topics that the Constitution has for the humanity. And then I'm going to talk you about the number 2. The Constitution has chapters. And what are the chapters? What is the difference between titles and what is the difference between chapters? Something that I understood and I like it to practice this. Chapters are all the subtitles of the subtitles that the topics in the Constitution has. All the subtitles that are mentioned in the Constitution. And I'm going to give you one example. For example, the single chapter in the Article 1, I'm going to show you here. Give me a moment. Okay, here we go. Okay, and the Article 1 talks about the protection of the human, of the person, right? So it's a subtitle, is from the title, and the title here is Título 1, as you see, is La Persona Humana, and the purpose and the duties of el Estado de Guatemala. Why? Because the Constitution focuses in the person. And the Article 2 talks duties of el Estado, right? So we have the rights for the person, and the duties of el Estado have to practice and put in practice and protect the human, okay? And number 3, let me show you. Number 3 are sections. What is the meaning of sections? Simple. In simple words, sections are all the specific topics, all the information that people need to understand. And for example, there are sections that talks about, for example, if you need to talk about or know something about the family, the Constitution has this section, this information about to practice things to protect things that the family need to know about, right? In the family. And another example is about the job. If you are working in an institution, you as a worker, and the boss or the bosses need to know about what talks about the Constitution, about the job. And another one, I have here the Congress. And the Congress have another responsibilities too, that you as students, you as a person, you as a human need to know, because the Congress have different duties, and if you need you need to know what are those duties, so go in the sections on the Constitution, and you are going to learn, you are going to practice, you are going to know about the Congress, all right? And the last one, and I'm going to finish with this, and is the number 4, is about articles. What are the articles? In simple words, no problem, it's very simple, it's the most important. And the articles are all the supports that the human has to look at in the Constitution. What article do you need to learn? For example, what article talk about the protection of the humanity? What article talk about the job? What article talk about sports? What article talk about the family? What article talk about the education? So you have to learn, you have to search, you have to read your book, you have to read your Constitution, where you are going to find all the information that you need, okay? So this is the information that I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed this way. These 4 ways to learn, to love, to read, to memorize, to practice, to put in practice all the information that our Constitution has. And I want to do you a quickly summary. Number 1, remember the Constitution has 8 titles. And number 2, the Constitution has chapters. And number 3, the Constitution has specific sections that you are going to need, you are going to practice. All right? And the number 1, the most important, I consider, are the articles, because the articles are the support and the help that people need when they are in difficult moments, in difficult situations. They have a lot of information from the articles that the Constitution has. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.